You know, we talked to Mark Mitchell yesterday about some really, really encouraging statistics as regards ram raids, which are down and were in the run-up to the election and maybe created in a political environment, very much an issue that was worrying many New Zealanders. Ram raids on dairies and retail stores costing hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars. And we had a government elected promising to stamp down on that, and it appears to have been successful. But it's like playing whack-a-mole, and while the ram raids have gone on, theft from retail outlets, particularly by way of shoplifting, and the stories are kind of legend now, has been going through the roof. People walking out of supermarkets, out of Pack and Save, with trolleys full of goods and not bothering to pay. And it would appear in some of the coverage, security guards or store owners being unable to take any action and police maybe not being available. Well, the government yesterday, Paul Goldsmith, announced it thinks it's come up with a solution to that, and that is to enhance or better clarify and I guess loosen the circumstances under which people can perform a citizen's arrest. That is, arrest and deprive of their liberty while the real police are on their way, someone they believe has committed a crime. We've yet to see the details. It'll have to go through Parliament, but the debate has begun. And I imagine one of the people who has had input on this decision by the government is the head of the Ministerial Advisory Group on Retail Crime, Sunny Kaushal, who's been on the program before and joins us again now. Sunny, nice to talk to you again. Welcome back to the platform.
Very good morning, Sean. How are you?
Very good, thanks. Was this your group's idea, the enhancement or another look at the rules of citizens' arrest?
Look, it's very important, Sean, that everyday retailers, as you rightly said, they have been receiving a lot of violent crime and theft. These changes are about backing the retailers to better protect themselves and their property. New Zealanders should have the necessary legal tools to protect themselves, their families, their customers, and their property. So that's where these proposals and changes are about.
Okay. So it did come from your group. Your group was involved in this policy development.
That's correct. It comes from us. What is happening currently, the business owners cannot detain offenders, and the offenders are well aware of this. For example, if a shopkeeper attempts to stop a grab-run thief, they could be charged with assault. Even holding an offender until the police arrive might be deemed illegal imprisonment. So these laws are outdated and do not reflect the reality of modern New Zealand. And on the other side, if you look at the current laws of self-defense, they were drafted in 1961. They are no longer suitable for the challenges of today's New Zealand.
Yeah. Sunny, I think we would all agree that people should have the right to protect their property from those who would take it from them illegally. Already, though, even just in less than 24 hours, we'd have a number of people come through and raise concerns about vigilantism and where the line on citizens' arrest might be drawn.
Sean, let's put it this way. New Zealand is a self-policing society because it has to be. There is one police officer to every 500 Kiwis, say 10,000 police versus 5.2 million Kiwis. So police cannot be everywhere. So what we are proposing reinforces the great Kiwi have-a-go culture that has been eroded. It means anyone, a homeowner, a tradie, a farmer, or the editor of the National Business Review, as you know what happened recently, can intervene when they see a crime taking place. I think your listeners need to think about where not empowering society leads us all. If they yell help, who will come to their aid? By putting up barriers, the orange cone health and safety mentality for starters, we are telling people not to react.
Sonny, when was the last time someone was convicted for holding a shoplifter in their shop?
That's exactly. So that's where...
When was the last time that happened? What I'm saying, this may not be necessary. In the practicality of life, no one really gets pinged by these restrictions on citizens' arrest.
Yeah, Sean, what we have proposed to the ministers is the law in Australia, the law in Canada, and the laws in UK. Our own laws date back to 1893.
Yeah.
It's not a magic bullet. Nothing is, and is an option, not a duty. Yet, by empowering, Kiwis, we see a criminal take on all imported. They would think twice. Just think about. I would like to think if I saw, for example, Ginny Anderson being mugged, that I would intervene. Yet, Ginny Anderson, Chris Hopkins, and sadly, Retail NZ of all people are saying no. Give criminals free rein.
Yeah, but you don't want a citizen's arrest someone for touching someone else on the arm, do you?
No, look at the citizens' arrest. It is to be done when you see there's a crime happening. And this is an option. It's not a duty.
Look, the other thing that worries me, Sonny, is that this will empower security guards to act like lunch commando police.
See, it will empower the security guards. It empowers the team of 5 million people. That's what we need to do. We need to see a New Zealand where we, take care of each other, not to look away.
All right. How quickly would you hope that these changes might move through Parliament and become law?
I think this would go to legislation in a couple of months, and going through the parliamentary process and the select committee process, it should be seen coming soon, because there are lots of Kiwis want it to happen. Yeah. I'm getting lots of messages of support, and this is the reality of the day, Sean, because it's a fear of getting caught prevents crime.
Yeah. Sonny, look, and I know I do recognise this is the initial reason we rang you before the Citizens Address story came up. Those figures on ram raids were bloody good, and I think the government can pat itself on the back. I know you were incredibly involved in that issue of your work with the Dairy Owners Association. What do you think turned the tide? What do you think turned the tide on ram raids?
I think it's a great relief, as you rightly said, and also here is a difference between the two governments. It's a difference between the two police